Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and I'm gonna bring you along and show you my very realistic what I eat in a day. It is very hot, it is summer, so we're gonna show you how I'm making do. My goals right now are, let's say weight loss, maybe it's called maintenance. I don't really understand the concept of maintenance. It's the most difficult thing ever. I lost 120 pounds my first year of carnivore and I've spent the last 7 years just fighting to keep it off. I kind of know how to be like strict in weight loss mode and then be more relaxed, which is not great for me. So I'm in weight loss mode, which means I am trying to eat adequate amounts of fat, good amount of protein. I try to shoot for like 120 grams of protein a day, enough fat, and just make sure that I'm not under eating so that my body can be fueled properly. Also, breaking news, for the first time in 7 years, I have been exercising consistently. Granted, it's only been 2 weeks, but maybe I have a new motivation within me. I dragged my walking pad out from underneath my bed and dusted it off where it's been sitting the last couple of years. And I have been walking while I'm working. I have a coworker who, she and I are like motivating each other to walk while we work. And that's kind of bled into me doing other workouts. Like, it's intense. I have always been a very sedentary person, and now all of a sudden I'm like walking 10 or 15,000 steps a day. So I'm very proud of myself. So hopefully we can build on it. My husband, who usually does all the cooking around here, is out of town for a few days. So you'll get to see how I fend for myself. And then once he comes back, you'll see like how my meals go back to normal and are a lot more simple when he's here. So hopefully today is Thursday. I'll just bring you along over the next few days and show you what I end up eating. Chris left very specific instructions for me when he was leaving and said, when I'm gone, you have to make sure you're eating enough fat, because I tend to just eat lean meat and dairy and I just don't adequately fuel myself. And he knows since I'm adding exercise that I need more fuel. So I'm making him proud today, and I am cooking chicken wings, which has the skin on it and it's nice and fatty. And I'm also gonna make these flanken cut beef ribs, which are full of fat, good collagen. I actually bought them in my last grocery haul, if you want to see like how I picked them out and everything. So 2 different meats that have a lot of fat in them. I cooked the chicken wings in the air fryer today, and I'm doing my breaded chicken recipe, which is the pork rind, Parmesan cheese, egg wash combo. I tried mixing it in a bowl like I did on a recent video when I made those nuggets. It doesn't work as well when you have chicken with the bone on it as it did. The nuggets worked great. This, I feel like I needed to have dredged them separately. It kind of ended up clumpy, but we're just gonna make do. They don't look the best today, but they still taste great. And then I put them in the air fryer for like 20 minutes and they turned out really crispy. These flanken ribs, I just put on a really hot grill and I cooked them for about 2 minutes per side. I blasted them with a blowtorch for about 30 seconds, and that way they are gonna turn out really tender. I don't like to overcook them because the longer you cook them, you're gonna render out all of this good fat that's on it. And so I wanna keep them more like medium, and I'm gonna just literally break them apart. You see all this good collagen pieces that's wrapped around the bone. So I'm gonna nibble all of this off and make sure I get every morsel. My eyes were definitely bigger than my stomach in this case, and I thought I was gonna be able to eat both of these, but honestly the fat just fills me up, and if I just eat too much fat in one sitting, makes me a little nauseous. So I ate all of the beef ribs, and then we are gonna save the chicken wings for tomorrow. We just got home. It is after 7 o'clock at night from the kids' jujitsu. This was Penelope's first class back after breaking her finger. So she was really pumped for that, but I am hungry. I normally don't eat this late, but I'll tell you, with the additional exercise that I've been doing, I've been getting a lot hungrier. So for dinner, I just threw a bunch of hot dogs in the air fryer, and I'm gonna have a couple of hot dogs. I'm working today, but before my work day got started too much, I wanted to make sure I got a little bit of a workout in. So I just finished doing 3 miles on my walking pad. I try to go as fast as I can, and then sometimes I have to do a little typing at the same time, and I'm gonna go get ready, but I've already had my morning electrolytes. So I do the unflavored element every morning first thing, and I just drink that lately, like while I'm walking. I don't want to eat anything before that because I'll just get too nauseous, but I really want to start my day with those electrolytes. And then we'll probably, when I'm done working today, like be outside, it's so hot, and maybe get in the pool later. And so I will have another packet. I will do the lemonade salt flavored packet this afternoon of the Element. These, all of them have 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And I can just tell a big difference in how hydrated I am and how I feel when I'm regularly having my electrolytes. Like, I 100% notice the difference when I'm not having them. The flavored versions are sweetened with stevia, and all of them contain no sugar, no gluten, no caffeine, no fillers, artificial colors, any of that kind of stuff. And it's just the perfect way. My kids are obsessed with the lemonade salt as well. They have a new sample pack that you can get for free with any purchase. So they have a deal for all my subscribers. You go to drinkelement.com/LauraSpath, and you can get 8 free sticks of their 4 most popular flavors. And that way, multiple people can try the same flavor, or you can share them with a friend. Just go to drinkelement.com/LauraSpath to get your free sample pack. Thanks to Element for sponsoring this video. Okay, most mornings I am just doing some version of bacon or eggs or something, but I actually have to like quickly shower and then I have a meeting. So I'm just so hungry when I'm done exercising that I wanna make sure that I eat something or my day is gonna get ahead of me and I'm gonna be ravenous. So I have got these Red's egg sandwich sausage things from Costco. It's like turkey sausage, and then the bun is an egg, and there's a little piece of cheese in the middle of it. So this has been, especially when Chris is gone, he's very helpful in like helping cook for me sometimes. So when I'm doing it on my own, I can just whip up some scrambled eggs quickly. But today I love this as like a little treat. I feel like I'm eating a breakfast sandwich, and I'm actually gonna have 2 of these for breakfast because I am hungry. Today I actually have a bunch of work meetings kind of throughout the day, and I didn't really have a very long break. So I am just eating these chicken wings that I made yesterday that I couldn't finish. They're just cold straight out of the fridge, and I'm just gonna eat these for lunch. Cold, like fried chicken is almost nostalgic. And so I definitely, like, while I don't love steak cold and leftover, cold chicken is kind of my go-to, especially in the summer when it's hot and I don't feel like cooking. You can batch cook up a bunch of chicken with the skin on it, and it's actually so good leftover. Sometimes with chicken wings, I use a little bit of like buffalo sauce or other seasonings, and sometimes I even use ranch on it. But when it's cold and then I have this like cheese breading on it that I made yesterday, I really don't even need anything else. Today is Saturday, and we have had quite the chaotic morning. Chris is out of town for the weekend, and so I woke up this morning and wanted to get some steps in before the kids woke up. So I'm in like my workstation where I've had my walking pad set up. I got about a mile in, and then the kids woke up, and normally they do breakfast, like they can manage most breakfasts on their own, but I had promised them like bacon and protein pancakes today. So I paused to go make breakfast. I was doing the bacon and the pancakes, and we had the whole, it's too chaotic to film, but we had the whole situation handled, and then we ended up with like a clogged toilet from one of the kids. And so I waited till I was done cooking food to go deal with the toilet, but then in the toilet clogging situation, I ended up with like covered in toilet water. So now I'm sweaty from my walk, I smell like bacon, and I'm covered in toilet water. So I'm gonna take a shower. I am gonna eat myself. The kids are eating. I am going to eat myself, but I'm gonna wait until after I'm clean, and then we'll just have to finish the rest of my walk later today. Kids and I just got home. We were out running some errands and decided to go out to lunch. Normally our go-to is like In-N-Out or a place we can all get burger patties. But recently I went to this Greek place and was able to get a la carte kebabs. And I forgot just how much I love Greek and the ease of ordering there. So that's where I took the kids today. I was excited to share that with them. So I ended up getting 2 steak kebabs, a chicken kebab, and a shrimp kebab. I ordered them a la carte, so you didn't have to get the whole meal, and they normally come with tomatoes and onions as a garnish. So I asked for no garnish, and then when I asked for no garnish, they said, we normally drizzle it with lemon oil on top of it. Do you want us to leave that off? And I was like, yes, please, this is fantastic. So I ate all 4 of those kebabs, and I also got a side of tzatziki and a little side of feta. So especially the chicken, I like dipped it in the tzatziki, which is a yogurt, cucumber, dill sauce. And then in the feta cheese, it's like so hot here. And this just makes, whenever I have like feta and a creamy, like it just feels fresh and light. Like mentally I feel like I went out for a salad. So we're gonna try to recreate it tomorrow. I'm gonna grill it here and we'll see how close I can get. But Nathaniel got a chicken kebab and shockingly said he loved it. And Penelope got a steak kebab also. Total price for just my 4 kebabs and the side of tzatziki and feta was almost $30. So not super cheap. However, if I was to go out to even Texas Roadhouse or Outback Steakhouse and just order a steak, that would cost me $30, $40. So I feel like for the amount of meat that I got, the value is there. Obviously it's cheaper and cleaner to eat at home, but sometimes it's just fun to eat out. Or you guys know I travel all the time and sometimes I have no choice. So I gotta remember when I'm traveling to other cities to like search for Greek restaurants because those are a great option. Today I knew lunch was gonna be fairly late just because I was volunteering at church and so we were staying for multiple services and it was gonna be like, it's a little after 1 o'clock. So by the time we actually have lunch, it's gonna be 2 o'clock. So because of that, we loaded up everybody on a pretty big breakfast. I had that leftover bacon. I had made 2 pounds of bacon. Penelope and I ate half of it yesterday. We ate the other half today. And then I actually had like 4 scrambled eggs to go along with it just because I wanted something that was gonna keep me full and last me until late. We are home from church. I'm going to change and prep everything else. But in the meantime, I've figured out like a pork souvlaki recipe that I want to make. I took some pork chops and I just cubed them. I want to keep the chunks kind of big so I can get like a good char on them without overcooking them. And then I am going to put them, marinate them for like 30 minutes, maybe. I'm just going to cover them in some olive oil. We do like to mostly cook with animal fats, but occasionally we do use olive oil, especially in a situation like this. I'm going to put in like a couple tablespoons of lemon juice because I did not put this in a marinade before church because the lemon juice kind of is very acidic. And if you marinate it too long with lemon juice, it's gonna make your meat really mealy and really not a good texture. We're gonna throw in a little bit of adobo, but not too much. Some Italian seasoning. I do have like a Greek seasoning somewhere, which I probably could have used as well. And then I am going to squirt in some garlic paste. So I want that like good garlic flavor. I put all my pork cubes in a plastic bag and we're gonna put it in the fridge just for about 30 minutes. Chris just walked out the door from his trip, which is perfect timing because now he can do the grilling because it's like 110 degrees out. But here are the pork kebabs. I just put them on these metal skewers. And then Penelope, he picked up a pack of steaks on his way home. So Penelope and I are gonna split this New York strip in addition to some pork, and then Chris will have pork and his own New York strip. And here is the final tray for our family of 4 and my portion. I had some leftover tzatziki from the Greek place yesterday that I brought home with me, and then I had my own feta cheese. So this is that perfectly cooked New York strip, was so good and juicy. And then that pork with the tzatziki and the feta. The lemon in the marinade added so much brightness. Nathaniel gave it 2 thumbs up. It was a win. Breakfast today is just leftovers. I had a couple of sausage that the kids didn't eat, and then I just took some of this leftover pork souvlaki from yesterday. Obviously, bacon and eggs is usually my go-to for breakfast, but sometimes like this has got to be easy and delicious. Like who says you can't eat pork chops for breakfast? So I'm just gonna have some leftovers and then I'm gonna have a steak for lunch. I have a very quick work trip. Like literally I'm gone 24 hours. I have 1 night in a hotel. I have a work event this evening and then I'm doing a training session tomorrow morning and then I go home. So I was able to eat lunch today before I left. I had this really thick, almost 1 pound chuck eye steak. It was so fatty, amazing. I had that on the grill, and then Chris grilled some chicken wings. So I had a few of those to go along with it. So I am like very satisfied. I really won't need food again today, which is nice. My work event tonight is kind of like a cocktail hour reception thing, so nobody will notice if I don't eat. And I have a session that starts in the morning, so I'm just gonna skip breakfast tomorrow morning. So I'm taking advantage and I'm just gonna wait and eat when I get home tomorrow, which should be just in time for like a late lunch again. So we'll do like a little bit more than a 24-hour fast, but based on everything I ate for lunch today, I'll just have some electrolytes tonight and then first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll wait and eat when I get home. I do like to have backup food in this situation, especially because I'm like at a location where I can't leave. And so I brought a bag of carnivore snacks with me, which is, it's like a jerky, but not. It's more tender and flaky than a jerky. And it's literally just beef and salt. And that's the only 2 ingredients. So if I end up getting really hungry, I have a good option with me, but I think ideally I will wait. I'm going to settle in and try to hit up the hotel gym, do a little, maybe there's a Stairmaster or a treadmill with an incline, get a little workout in before my reception this evening. Okay, just like that, I'm home again already. Fasting went really well. I was able to do my 24-hour fast. I woke up this morning and I was a little hungry, but I just had some electrolytes, and then I was teaching a session from 8 to 10. And I don't like to eat before I teach those type of sessions anyways, and the option for breakfast was the like hotel scrambled eggs and some kind of like, they didn't even have regular bacon. So I don't like to have that kind of food before I'm going to be like presenting in front of a large group of people for a couple of hours. So I felt really good. By the time that was over, 10 o'clock, I packed up and came home. So I'm back just in time for lunch, and I'm going to have some steak and pork belly. I wanted to get like a good amount of fat in just to refuel myself. So I picked out the tri-tip steaks that had the most fat on it. And then the pork belly is really the way of like kind of helping me boost up a little extra fat. So I'm glad I made it back in time to have lunch with my family today. Here is the final amount for our family of 4. I loaded up my steak with some nice crunchy salt, and it was so juicy, perfectly cooked, and that salt just adds a nice texture. The pork belly was crispy and tender and fatty. And I should have known better to change out of my nice work clothes because I dripped grease all over my shirt and my white linen pants. Ugh. Breakfast today is, I made like a decent sized breakfast. I'm pretty hungry today. After only having 1 meal yesterday and coming off that fast, I want to make sure that I'm really giving my body enough fuel today. So I have 3 eggs scrambled. And then sometimes I just do little bacon crumbles in it, but today I wanted a little more food than that. And so Chris made bacon, and I'm gonna have like a whole bunch of bacon to go along with it. I did put a tiny bit of cheese on top just for a little bit of flavor, but made sure I moderated it. For lunch today, I wanted something really simple and also just kind of different than what I've been eating the last few days. And I wanted to cook inside. So we're gonna do everything in the air fryer. I have some bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. So those are gonna be nice and fatty. I'm not gonna eat all 3. I might eat 1.5, maybe 2 of them, but the skin is gonna make it super crispy and delicious in the air fryer. And I just seasoned them with a little all-purpose seasoning, a little salt. And then I'm also gonna throw in some meatballs. I like to get a little beef in every day. And so I just have my frozen bacon cheeseburger meatballs. My air fryer has like 2 different sides on it. So I'm gonna put the meatballs in one side, put the chicken thighs in the other side, and go back to work until they're done cooking. It's gonna be the easiest lunch ever. Look how good this looks. So some bacon cheeseburger meatballs, and then let me tell you, this crispy, I don't know if you can tell like how crunchy this skin is on that chicken. These are so good. I never get sick of them. My kids love them. Same thing with this crispy chicken. So easy, so cheap, and just one of my go-tos when I'm like not in the mood for a steak. And that's a wrap. That was a full 7 days of meals. So hopefully you got the picture of like what a normal week of eating is like for me. That was pretty typical of like some meals at home, eating out, a little bit of traveling. We are leaving tomorrow on a little mini road trip. My mom flies in today, so I made some loaded chicken salad to take with us on our drive tomorrow, and I'll probably make some bacon and a few other things for us to have while we're traveling. If you like this format, let me know. I used to do this type of thing a lot more often, and then lately I've been sticking to more like 1 day at a time, but I really like doing this longer format. For now, I'm behind on my steps. So make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and I'm gonna get walking.